Mrs. Asatya has completed her BE Computer Science and Engineering from Adiparashakti Engineering College, University of Chennai, and was awarded first class. Ma'am also completed her MTech IT Networking from Vellore Institute of Technology, and currently she is pursuing her PhD from the Vellore Institute of Technology, Chennai campus. Mrs. Asatya acted as a speaker for a 3-day webinar on a deep learning and real-world applications conducted by the Chalapati Institute of Engineering and Technology. Ma'am also acted as a speaker on exploring YOLO with the real-time object detection at the Krishna College of Engineering and Technology. We are pleased to have ma'am for our guest lecture, and over to you, ma'am.
Am I audible? Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, very happy morning to all of the energetic and enthusiastic participants joined over here for this workshop on entrepreneurship and innovation as a career opportunity. Being an innovation ambassador, this is my 15th session, and I hope I will fulfill your expectations. And I would like to thank your institute for organizing such an event to enhance your attitude towards entrepreneurship. Thank you, ma'am, for inviting me as a speaker. Shall I share the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Is my screen visible, ma'am?
No, ma'am. It is blank.
Blank only. Wait, ma'am. I just. I just disconnect completely. Waiting one piece. It's actually fluctuating for me. I just connect. Wait, it's not connected. Right. Showing blank only. Shall I share the PPT with you, ma'am? I don't share it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please. Sorry for the inconvenience. I'll just share the screen to ma'am. Ma'am, I have shared you, ma'am. Can you please share it? I have shared the PPT with you, ma'am. Can you please share it? So that I can elaborate. CSC 3 then. Ma'am, have you shared it?
Yes, ma'am. Start, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you please share the screen PPT? Have you shared it?
You will share the PPT, ma'am.
I have given a WhatsApp, ma'am. Can you please share it because I couldn't share it from here. It is showing blank screen, I think. Can you able to see that or not? It's fluctuating, I think.
Madam, the screen.
Ma'am, can you able to see it now?
అదే కనిపిస్తుంది మాకు సేమ్ Yes, ma'am, we are able to see a bit.
Yeah. Is it visible now, all of you?
Yes, ma'am, you can start.
Yeah, thank you so much for your patience. Some inconvenience for you. Just sorry for that. And thank you very much for the grateful introduction. Let me start my session now. I hope all of you are very eager to know what may be the session about, right? I don't want to make into a simplex mode, like one-way communication. I just wanted you people to communicate with me. Are you all ready? Shall we move on to the session now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So basically, our topic is about entrepreneurship and innovation as a career opportunity. And almost all of you are like a student now, right? Almost 90% may be student. You may be thinking like, why should I go for an entrepreneur? I am doing a degree. I just wanted to enjoy my life throughout this 3 year or 4 year or 5 year, whatever it may be. Then I can work and I can earn, right? But the thing is different. Earlier, when we were doing our degree, after completing the degree, after getting the degree certificate, then we will search for the job, and we may be waiting for 2 to 3 years. Also, some people are like waiting for a long period of time. Then they will get into the career. But nowadays, we people are in a like a smart world, right? We just don't want to waste our time. being in first year itself, you can start your journey as a career, like as an entrepreneur, as you can start with a startup. And we know very well during our classroom, sometimes it may be boring and we need to follow some rules and regulations. So many constraints are there. You just imagine that you are the boss. You are going to like employ so many people. You are an employer, and under you, so many people will be working, and you will earn more money. Just imagine, visualize how your life will be. But I will just tell you the risk behind it also. But anyway, you just imagine. So after completing this session, you people think of, why don't I become an entrepreneur? Why don't I start with a small idea? Then I can just earn, or I can just give a social impact on wherever I am just living, right? And shall we look into the exact topics now? As I told you, I just wanted to give it as a more interactive session. Let me jump into the session. Okay. Almost all of you may be having some paper and pen. If not, also you just visualize, because we don't want any properties right nowadays. You just use only your brain. Can you use a paper and a pen? And suppose if you have given a paper and a pen, what you will do? Anything? You just tell me what you will do if a paper and a pen is given to you. Just put it in chat box, or you can just speak out. No problem. Just put it in chat box. What you will do? What you will do? You will sit. You will sit idle like this. What you will do? Yeah, tell me.
We'll start writing on it.
Yeah, exactly. You will start writing something, right? Then anything else? So many audience are there, right? You please speak out. No problem. I don't want to give any punishment at that. Let me make something more interactive with you. What you will do? Okay, writing. Then that's all. See, you have given a plain paper and a pen. You can do wonders, right? What else you can do? Anybody else?
We'll do art and craft.
Yeah, exactly. You will do art and craft. It will just relax your mind also. What else you will do?
We can draw any images.
Yeah, you can draw any imaginary with the pictures, or you can just use existing pictures also, and you showcase your visualization there. Anything else? That's all. No poet is here. Okay, no problem. So thank you for your answers. Let me just pick out what are the things you can do. You can just, as she told, like you can do some art and the craft sort of things. You can become a poet, and you know very well. Whenever if we are alone, our imagination power will be very very high. We will just think of, oh, why don't I do like this? I can do these many things. But once some people are surrounded by you, you may be like coming out to that environment, right? So you just have some patience to focus out of box. You just have some creative mind. All of us have creative mind. All of us know that our brain will act like left and right brain. You know very well. I've been like healthcare students. You may be very well knowing that our brain can do wonders. So why don't I just simply waste that, right? And to be an innovative, you just don't want to like create only new things at all. It is not the case. You just have the patience to imprint on the corporate world. Get some ideas, even if the idea is best, better, worse, whatever it may be. You just adapt some technologies, whatever you know. You create a prototype, even though you couldn't be able to develop a product. You just create a model alone. Then you just give it to the society or give it to the marketing people, right? So be more innovative. Whatever, even if you see a blank paper and a pen, you could do n number of imaginary things on that. Why don't you make that into a real world? That's what we are going to do for today's session, right? Here are some of the examples. Might be some of the things that you may be doing. What may be the idea behind this? Yeah, most of the time we are just simply wasting the papers by taking unnecessary printout, right? Why don't we reclaim that? Recently, like 3 to 4 weeks back, we have got the news also. they are making the printed paper into usable one. They just erase all the printed content. They can make use for some other purposes also. It is a good idea, right? We are not cutting the trees for making so many papers and wasting that. And normally the farmers they don't get food while working, so they got an idea of why don't they get the delivery on the way of traveling to their field and all. So they just pack it and they eat wherever, whenever they get the free time. Okay, this is one of the idea they have got. And upcycling, you know very well recycling. You just recycle and get into the new products. Instead of recycling, why don't we upcycle? The objects are there. You just make some innovative idea on that. You could find a number of ideas from YouTube also. You just make from the waste cloth or waste pant and the waste bottles and all. You just recreate the world, right? And upcycling. Look at this for parking. You may be using some extra objects and all. Look at this. It is very much interesting, right? They are using only the tires, wasted tires, and they just put it for the standby, right? And ergonomics. All of you might be knowing what is ergonomic. If we work for a long number of period, our wrist will be paining like anything. Being an maybe software engineer, or for you also, you may feel like our body will pain like anything if we do a routine job. Why don't we customize the products, whatever we are using that? Look at that. We are just using the gym objects. And as I told you, I don't want to waste my time while practicing or while making my fitness more effective. I just do my job also, right? So, and since my wrist is working for a long number of time, I just customize the keyboard so that the pain will not be that much, right? And can anyone say what is this about? Any idea what is this about? Anything? You would have seen this picture, I think. It's also an interesting thing, right? Any idea what is this? Even if it is wrong, no problem. You just speak out. What is this icon about? All of you might be using. You don't have this app in your mobile? If not, download it today itself. Maybe during a pandemic period, all of you would have this. Yes? Am I hearing your voice? Am I audible first of all? Or shall I read? Increase the volume. Am I audible? Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Can you just tell me, reveal it? What is this?
Google Lens.
Yeah, exactly. Google Lens. See, this is actually God's like gift, I think, for us, right? Suppose if we do not know the answer, you just scan that, or you if you have any formulas like this, you just scan it, and you'll be getting the document format. You can edit it also, right? As if you have done it by yourself, right? And also, if you need any reports, if you are in fond of buying these shoes or any ornaments, what you do is you just scan it. You'll be getting the price of that, where you can buy it, everything. You no need to ask anybody else, right? You just Google it and you just scan it. You can get the information about it. And if you want to travel anywhere, which one will be the best place, and who will be the best travel agencies, you can find it out, right? Google Lens, earlier they have started with buying, wearing a Google Lens, actually the mirror, Google Mirror they have adapted, but it was something like a painting for a long period of time. We cannot wear the spectacles, right, with having Google Lenses. So they have just dropped that idea. It was a failure product for the Google. So they have started using this app. It causes a number of applications. You can use the language translation also if you are want to know what is the translation from Hindi to English or Tamil to whatever languages you want. You can just scan it. You'll be getting the text format in any languages. It is a wonderful innovation invented by Google. Like this, you can create the new world of yourself, right? And earlier, you just imagine that 10 to 15 years back, we were using the cordless mobile, and then we went into the basic model Nokia. All of us know, we cannot forget it, right? And nowadays, you just touch and talk. You no need to like strain your fingers and all, right? You just Nowadays we have the Google assistants also. Alexa, you just PA, like a PA, you just order them, it will just act accordingly. And the email posting, they have stopped the service and postal services, right? Then we get into this Gmail, but nowadays we don't use that much also. We just have the direct interaction with n number of people via this Facebook. These are the disruptive innovations. Actually, these are the innovations, but you just imagine that nobody is using. Most of the persons are not using this, not using this, not using this, right? So once you get into the advanced level, simultaneously you are just what making some products as an absolute one. Those products will never get into account, right? The problem here is, if you really have a solution for a problem, don't waste your time. That's what I wanted to say. Suppose if you are just wasting your time, okay, after 1 year I can do, or after 3 months I can do, but the problem is your product will become an obsolete one, old one. Some of the product will boycott your product, right? So as soon as you get an idea, you just make it as a pattern. Or as soon as you get an idea, you just talk to your peer group or your faculty members or your seniors, make that idea into an patent. You can just earn from that patent also. Then you can just make a prototype or product later on. So you don't waste your ideology. Okay. And as you people are in healthcare department, I just wanted to give you some of the informations for you where you can focus more on. We all know Internet of Things, right? Why don't we have this Internet of Medical Things? You just have the care delivery information. Nowadays, everything is online, right? You just have the medical care and paramedical instruments. Everything is coming online. Why don't you make into more smarter way? You just in home. We are just making that normal home as a smart homes. You don't want to wake up, or you don't want to stand up to switch on the light fans and but suppose if you have any medical problems and all, you don't want to go out of your room also. You just attend everything via online itself. Nowadays, everything has become possible, right? We are not wasting our time. But at the same time, we are just wasting our time also. We are using everything as a smart devices, but at the same time, we don't use our time much enough to get into a new product or get into the applications what we are expecting, isn't it? So don't waste your time. If you have an idea of making a smart world, you just write it in a paper. That's enough. And then you just search for that. You just extend that work into a more profitable manner. You can earn while reading itself, right? While studying itself. That's what I just wanted to give you. And you may be thinking like, okay, innovation. What really, ma'am? Do I really create a new product? Will it cost much enough, or will it take so much time also? It is not an issue, right? Innovation is not like creating a new product or giving only new ideas. It is something like you have the creativity, or you adapt the existing system with some technology and make it as a commercial one. Just get into the marketplace. That's it. So, a creative person may get attention to their work, see things differently. Don't focus on the things in a monotonous manner, a broad manner. You just analyze everything in a broader way. uh, Accept the challenges. You may have so many risks while becoming an entrepreneur, but just take away all those challenges, make it into a more profitable manner. Okay, and you have the passion to do that. If you really have a passion to do a job, you never feel tired. But if you are really not passionate enough to do the job, if you are forced to do that, definitely your energy will be drained out. Okay, and look at this, the way they were struggling to float on the riverside. All are using the umbrellas, but they couldn't float it. They couldn't go to the next side of the river, right? But one guy, what he's doing, he is using two umbrellas, one for floating, one for not making him wet, right? Is it interesting? This is the way you just think out of box. This is what we call it as an innovation. Are you getting my point? Yes. So, ma'am, how do I get an innovation? I have some idea, or I want to create some idea, or I just want to market that, or I just wanted to make it as a practical thing. How do I go for that? This is the process of innovation steps involved. The first one is you create an idea. As I told you, you just look at any object. How do I enhance that, or how do I make into more smarter manner? Okay, you just generalize the idea, and then not all ideas will become more productive. You know very well. Some ideas may be very silly, but it will be very more profitable. Some ideas may be very profitable, but it will not be feasible to practically implement that. So you check for your idea and screen that. Screening means testing affordability and practicability, whether it is practical to well enough to develop it, or will it take much time to develop it? Will it take much time to counsel the customers, or how to say satisfy the customers, right? Then you go ahead with the implementation. Say, for example, suppose if we want to build a house, directly I will not buy all the materials and start building. Okay, all the persons start building the house. We will not do like that, right? You just have the blueprint of the building. Then you will analyze what are the things should be shifted. Okay, what the customization I have to do on. Then you just go whether that place is feasible enough as a residential area, whether all the all the accessories are available or not. Everything you will check it. Then only you will go ahead with the construction, right? The same thing happens over here. Even though you have an idea, you cannot directly start with the implementation, right? So you just think of something. Think of anything. It is not what to say restricted only to your own field. You can just take into any area, any domain. You can learn anything, right? Being in our younger age, you are ready to learn anything, right? Just think of some idea, make that idea into more feasible enough. Try that idea, refine that. This is a continuous process. Look at this. We have a circle. You know very well, circle has no end. So your idea will never end unless otherwise you just keep on refining that till you get the satisfaction of revealing it out, right? And you may be thinking like, ma'am, I have to develop only the product as an innovation. Why don't I do something else? Yeah, you can make a process also an innovation, marketing also an innovation, organization innovation. How do you do your work? The routine work from morning to night, you do the routine work, right? Some of the persons will do in a professional manner. You may just attract by the way they are doing the work, right? So just imagine that these are some of the process-based innovation. Earlier, when I wanted to uh, cook something, but I don't have anything in my fridge. So sometimes I may just skip that preparation, or I have to go to the market and buy it. But nowadays, you have the Dunzo, right? How many of you are using Dunzo product? Dunzo app? Yes. So what they have marketed, what they have advertised, within 10 minutes you get the groceries. Within 10 minutes, just get it, right? Yeah, you don't want to waste the time, isn't it? Is it not? And Rapido. Earlier we were using only the cab with the car or auto, but nowadays we could you able to use a two wheelers for fast riding as well as with minimal cost. And Zepto, right? And this multi-story car parking. These are some of the ideas they have just got into. The delivery. Look at this. The delivery. The time is much reduced by using all these apps, isn't it? And these are some of the inventions. As I told you, invention is getting a new thing, right? So earlier we had only the stones in the older days, right? But by seeing that stone, that circle, they have invented the wheel. This was the major innovation, right? You just imagine our world without wheel, without the circle, which is rotating. We cannot travel anywhere, right? Earlier they were using this sort of stones only, but you just imagine we are like into a faster speed with all the metros, the flights, everything. We need a wheel, right? And earlier they were using only the chip, but integrated. So many chips have been integrated together, and we have got the processor speed is huge, right? and the laser beam they were using. But nowadays you could able to do all your operations via the laser treatment without pain. You can do that, and even for our Wi-Fi connections or Li-Fi connections, we are using the fiber optic and cables and laser cables and all, right? And these are some of the innovations what they have gone into. Self-cleaning cloth. Some of you may be staying in the hostel. So cleaning the cloth is a very big task, right? So why don't I have an app or why don't I have a machine to clean it in a quicker way? I can use these kind of apps as well as even in our institution also. One guy being in the first semester itself, he has started with an app called GoBG. So during weekend, the hostels can book online and they will just get into the dirty cloth and but within 2 days or 3 days they will just get the clean cloth. Even this was happened before 8 years itself. So you just think of the technology what you can able to adapt. Okay, to to ease the job of your nearby places. Okay, and 3D printed biological materials, wearable technologies like Google Glass. I told you now Google Glass they were started, but they have to stop that. And needle-free diabetes, ma'am. Yeah. So vein identification. These are some of the products you could be able to do. You can enhance these kind of products. As I told you, innovation is not a new thing. Then invention. Invention is definitely a new thing. Then what about creativity? What about creativity? You just make a difference between all these three. Creativity, you have an idea, but just by having the creativity alone, you may not earn, right? So what you do is you just turn this idea into cash. That means you just turn your ideas into some like something into a form of a product or prototype or your market fit things, right? Then you just attract the customers by means of your product marketing, right? And invention, if you really have the ability to discover a new thing, it's well and good. You just do that, carry over that. So, as I told you, creativity, you just adopt some technology. Innovation is nothing but on the existing product, you are just adapting something and become an entrepreneur. Be your own boss. Okay. The serial entrepreneur loves to generate new ideas and give jobs to those who need help. You be a boss. You just imagine that whenever you have time, whenever you have the mindset, you can work on, right? But being an employee, you cannot do that. You have to work under some employers, right? You need to follow all their constraints. You need to follow all their rules and the protocols. But if you are an employer, you just imagine that it is your own rules and you can just relax your schedules. Okay. There are three different ways. Suppose if you have something in your mind, and you have three different ways to bring into that market. What are they? Is totally you offer a new product. Okay. Totally you just get into a new product. Otherwise, what you can do is you just have an existing product, make that into a different manner. Can you tell me some examples for this? You have some product, but what we do is we just make that into some different shapes or different working principles. Then you can just market it. Can you tell me some examples for that? Any examples for that? Yes. Any examples? Can I get? Any examples? Anything. Even if it is wrong, also you please tell me. Any examples?
Amazon and Flipkart.
Yeah, exactly. Flipkart is actually Indian app, but nowadays nobody is using Flipkart, right? We are not using that much. Yeah, Amazon. You may be wondering, like the same online process is being done in Amazon also. What makes that the difference? That you check it out. Even though we are using the same kind of app in different manner, what are the unique characteristics it has. So how do you make your product more suitable for the customers? That is the way you have to think of. Okay. And the third way you can do is offer a product or service similar to those existing in the same market. This is for the different market, as you told, like it is for the Indians and that is for the universe, like whoever wants to do that. And sometimes what happens, earlier we were using only the petty kada, right? Small shops, but nowadays we are using supermarket. But you, and also you are using the products via online or offline. But you just think of the saturation you are getting. Okay, unless always you touch and feel, you may not be getting that much satisfaction. But due to time constraints, we are not in a position to go out and we get it right. By just clicking on the button, you get everything. Right. So you just think differently. Either you offer a new product, or you offer the existing product to different markets, or you offer the same product within the same market, but it should not be a copycat, right? You make some differences in the existing product, then only the customers will buy. Otherwise, they will never buy it. You may be knowing the history of Hershey's. We people were using Cadbury's like dairy milk nowadays, right? But now recently only Hershey's have gone into something like a market range has become high. But Hershey's have been evolved earlier to Cadbury's, but they were failed to market their product. Most of us didn't know the Hershey's product were existing. Right now, they got into the market scenario. They are just producing a number of advertisement, and they are just producing good products. They are like competitor for the categories nowadays, right? So you should know how to expose your product. That is the thing. And you don't think that only the new thing or only the adaptability is there for the innovation. Either you just create a new product or extend the existing product, or simply duplicate the product or service or a process. Innovation is not belonging to only creating a product. It is also offering a service, valuable service. Okay, nowadays post office also is giving you online service. Okay, earlier you need to go and wait in the queue, but nowadays they just give it as online services. And what is the process market you are doing, right? And to synthesize the combination of existing as well as a new thing, you just mix it up. Okay. Can you design your mobile? All of you may be having highly configured mobile, right? Can you just tell me extra features what you want to be adapted? And can you tell me the Android versions for English classes or for the LKG, pre-KG classes? They'll start with alphabets A, B, C, D, A to Z, right? They'll just start with the class of tell me A, B, C, D, like that, right? So can you tell me the Android versions? How they have started? Which version is now operating systems version? Android. Recent version is what? What is the recent version we are using now for Android? No? Or can you tell me the flavors of the version they have used? They have used chocolate flavors, right? Can you just freak out any flavors what they have mentioned as their version? Yes? Can you? Chocolate versions only. Any chocolate flavors? Anything. They have started with the A, B, C, D till P. They have introduced. Any idea? Or I will write over here. I think the recent version is. Yes,
Good
ma'am.
morning. Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, pa, good morning.
Currently, we are on Android 12, ma'am.
Android 12.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
did you heard about Pi?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Can you tell me earlier versions? Actually,
Uh,
they started with A, B, C, D like that. A,
uh,
B, C.
B,
Okay,
B,
let me leave this A, B. Start with the C. C for D for, let me take as A, B, C, D class. E
uh,
for F for G,
B
H.
for uh, bean, ma'am. It's like jelly
Yeah,
bean
ma.
or bean,
A, L. Yeah, exactly. M, N. N.
marshmallow,
Yeah,
lollipop.
great. Yeah, look at that. The way they have. Yeah, can you tell me? Okay. This is cupcake, right? Cupcake, isn't it? Cupcake. Then D for, you told marshmallow, right? Marshmallow. Then L for lollipop. K for Kit Kat.
Kit Kat, ma'am.
Kit Kat. Jelly beans, right? J for jelly beans. So
Jelly bean.
yeah. Then O for Oreo. Yeah, look at that if you have time. And A and B, they have started alpha and beta. Normally, when you design a product, say for example, if I am just doing something, even for, let me take some example. What example I can give? Immediately, I will not give it to the market, right? Even let me take, they are preparing some lunch in the restaurant. They will not immediately serve. They will just test the taste and all. Then only they will serve. Same thing happens over here. Alpha, beta. They will go ahead with alpha testing and beta testing. Alpha is the testing inside the industry or manufacturing unit itself, and beta testing where they will give it to the customers to check the samples. Okay, whether they are good enough to like get use of that. What the difficulties the customers are facing, then they will review that, then they will just get into the market. Even when you go to the supermarket or when you go to any mall and all, they will just give you the sample, free samples. You may be thinking like, oh, it is coming as a free. It is not the case. They are just marketing. They just give a small product of their sample, so that you just use that, you will give the review of that. Even nowadays we are just giving the reviews for the food, for the movies and all. Based on the review, they may revise that, right? So, and they have started with alpha and beta testing. Then they have introduced with all the versions of the Android operating system with the chocolate name, so that they can attract the customers, right? Are you getting my point? And the C also, they went for so many versions. That's what I wanted to say. There are so many variations. They just refine it, then get into the last product as cupcake. Then for D also, you could able to see 4.3.1, 4.3.2, 4.3.3.0, something like that. They could like revise that till they get the finalized product. So if you have any ideas for the improvement in the mobile also, you can just write it out and you can give it to Google also. You can just like give your ideas to the product owners so that they can make the revision. They will just give you money also. Even Google and the national thing, they are just giving you money if you find any errors in their website. If you give any ideas, right? Okay. Now, let me give you a small screen shot. You just find out how many holes are here in this shirt. Can you say? Think differently. How many holes are there in this shirt? Even if the answer is wrong, I will not reduce your internals, or I will not give any punishments. No problem. Just answer. How many holes are there
6,
in
ma'am.
the shirt? Yes, ma'am.
8,
Yes?
ma'am.
8. 8. How many of you are agreeing with him? 8. 8 is right? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Clap for him. So here 1, at the back side also 1. So 2, 4, 6, 7. I mean 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So, but most of us will be seeking from the front view, right? So you just think from all perspective. Then you will get an answer, right? And as I told you, this is not at all an easy job. You have some idea and you are willing to do as a product, but things may go wrong. If you invest something or if you spend your time, the time may be wasted. Okay, but you should be very passionate enough and have patience enough to overcome all those difficulties. Okay, searching for the right one answer, focusing on being very logical. Okay, and then blindly following the rules. Don't blindly follow this. These are the barriers for the innovations, right? And constantly being practical. Some things may not get into the practical thing. Only the theoretically you can do that. Okay. And earlier cases when we got into the pandemic period, we were like stunned, right? But we could able to come out of all those barriers. Okay. And becoming overly specialized, you don't think like at the initial stage itself, I have to get 100% result. That may never come, right? 100% accuracy will never come into the place. Okay. And being thinking like I am not at all creative, I do not know what to do, I am very, very, very sort of like, I mean, am I online? Am I online? Am I online? I'm not disconnected, right? Yes.
Ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry for the interruption because suddenly my screen came out. Yeah. So this is not the case. Like you just whatever happens, you just take it in a relaxed mode. I can do something, right? The thing you are doing should impress others in a positive manner. Okay, keep that in mind. Being an younger age, because you people have gone into the smart age. But earlier, when we were doing our UG degree and that, we were struggling like anything for getting all the materials, struggling anything to approach our seniors, struggling anything to approach our faculty. We don't even stand in front of them. But nowadays, we people have very, very friendly enough to towards you people, right? We are ready to help you out, but make use of those opportunities. Okay. One second. Yeah. So, what are the learning outcomes? Okay. These are some theoretical things only. I just don't want to repeat it. Okay. So we have gone into what kind of innovation we can have, right? Now let me go into the another topic of entrepreneur. Who is an entrepreneur? Who is an entrepreneur? As I told you, entrepreneur can do anything and everything to develop, organize, and run a possible business enterprise. Enterprise is nothing but an organization. Right? Enterprise is nothing but like the place, right? But entrepreneur is nothing but what? A person, right? So entrepreneur should face anything, should be ready to do anything, even if he is having zero profit, right? And uncertain situations, anything may go wrong. Sometimes everything may go right. Okay, we have to face any kind of situation, right? And this is what the life of an entrepreneur, right? So it will be something like riding in a roller coaster, right? We may not know when it may break, or sometimes it may happen, but we have the confidence, right? Okay, I am just riding, I'm just going high. I can just take on the risks, right? This is the life of entrepreneur. The two views of creativity, even if it is very hard. You have seen this in memes and all. Okay, so I don't have any way, right? But you just make a way so that you can just go longer. Okay, go higher. And this is what I just wanted to talk about lateral thinking. Actually, I used to say in my class and all, when do engineers will get a job? When do doctors get a job? Tell me. When doctors will be busy, when the healthcare unit will be very, very busy, when there are more number of diseases, when there are more number of patients, isn't it? Likewise, when do our engineers will get job is when we have more number of problems. So we people are keep on trying to solve the problem. And if you have a problem, if you have if you have a problem, definitely you'll be having a solution. But the thing is, what are the steps you are taking to solve the problem? That matters. That's what we people will be writing some algorithms and optimizing the algorithms. Even you people have a problem and you will be trying to get into the proper solution. But the thing is, if you go in a linear manner, if you follow only one route, and the problem will get solved, but the issue is it may take time and it may like take much amount also, and it may not be the proper solution also. What you do is one problem may be having n number of solutions and n number of paths also. Why don't I get into so many travel so many ways to solve the problem to get into the best solution? That's what we are going ahead with the lateral thinking. You just don't focus something like in a narrow manner. You just think in a broader way so that one problem may be solved in multiple number of ways to get into the best solution among many already existing solutions. Okay? You turn your ideas into the best opportunity. Okay? And yeah, this is what I just wanted to consolidate. When you have something in your mind, you identify the problem or an opportunity. Okay, I'm just to focus on this. I wanted to develop something on this, or I want to speed up the process, or I want to speed up the marketing process, or I want to make a wonderful product like this. So you just identify what kind of problem you wanted to solve. Okay, and then know the solution in terms of your steps to be followed. Then you just market fit into the market so that, say, for example, if I am manufacturing a pen with the cost of 1,000 rupees, nobody will buy that, right? So you just fine tune how much cost affordable by the customers. How do I market it? Via which one I can do that? Okay. You just fine tune everything. Competitive leadership. Whenever you product delivery, I mean manufacture something, you seek about your competitor. Suppose if the competitor is giving lesser amount than what you are going to do, your product will never be sold. So you just think that you have to give the quality product as well as with an affordable price. The key metrics and the transaction, right? Okay. And introduce a team. You should have a very good team to focus on your brainstorming things and that. Right? Okay. Why should I want to become an entrepreneur now? Why do we need these kind of sessions and that? Okay, these are some of the rewards of being an entrepreneur. Being your own boss, you know very well. You can just put your collar up. Okay, I am the boss of the company. I can do many things in my organization, but keep that in mind. You should have a proper team. You should have the equal sharing of all the work. Okay, you need to know how to get a job from others. This is the work of, you know very well what's the difference between boss and the leader. Some of the teams also you get. Boss, he will simply order, but leader, he will work along with the employees. Okay, and do something you enjoy. Be more creative. Setting your own schedule, having job security, making more money, being recognized in the community. You just have your own identity. You can name with your own like brand, right? But some risk are there. As a coin has two sides, you have the disadvantages also. You need to work for long hours, sometimes sleepless night, maybe for a long time. Okay, uncertain income, sometimes zero balance, sometimes more profit. Be fully responsible, right? If anything happens, you should take the responsibility. You should not blame others and risking one investment. But nowadays, we don't spend that much amount. We spend only our brain to do the work. Okay. And if you want, you can take the screenshot of this. This is like you identify the problem, define it, ideate it. This is a generalized thing, whatever I have to you. And here are tips for you. If you want to start a small business with a minimum 2 lakhs, something like that, you just approach MSME, Ministry of MSME, you can just approach them. Micro unit, you can just start, and they will just give you the loan amount also, and you can just give the licensed things and that. Okay, you approach this MSME, you just go into the site, you will come to know n number of options. You will be able to start a startup. Okay, and by your entrepreneurship researcher, you can have that financial support from them. Okay? But some of the startups are failed in India. Why? Because they do, as I told you, Hershey's, right? So they may face the marketing problem, and the team cooperation may not be there, and the financial support may not be there. Technical problems. Some of the configurations will be able to be comfortable with their new technologies. Okay, and operations problem, legal problems also. Due to these scenarios, some of the startups have gone into the failure. Now, I have a task for you. Can you identify some of the apps where the things like some of the apps I have listed out here? Tell me which app you are using. These are all some of the recent apps. They have started as a startup only. You know very well. Earlier, it was not that much popular, but nowadays, we people could make use of that to make our life very, very easier. Anything you point out? Tell me the number. Am I online? Am I online? Yeah. Tell me anything. Can you able to read it because it is in a small case? I think. I mean, very, very
71, Naika.
71, ma. 71. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Girls like this, right? Oh, okay. Good. Then
97, Paytm payments.
97 Paytm payment. Yes. Good.
One urban company.
Urban company. Yes. Okay. Good. Then anything else? Okay. Look at that. We could able to see n number of apps, right? Most of the apps we never know and we never use that also. But the thing is, as I told you, even though you have the similar type of app, how do you differentiate your work with the existing work? That is the matter. Keep that in mind. If you wanted to start a new business, you just focus on all the existing one. How you can make your thing as a unique one? What are the constraints you can just cut out so that everybody will buy your thing. Everybody will make use of the plan. So only something only I know. Not Flipkart as it was moving quick. Snapdeal. Okay. Docker. Okay. And these are some other apps. These they have started a small thing only, but they are earning now. Byju's earlier we didn't believe that, right? But nowadays everybody are getting into that, right? This also. Right. So these are all a number of apps which are in the marketplace. Okay. As we have gone into what is an innovation, who is an entrepreneur. Now, you can ask me, ma'am, I have an idea, but how do I make that into a product or how do I make that into a prototype? I'll just take 10 minutes. Thinking this is an interesting topic when we come across our innovations, right? How do I ideate my work? How do I get that into a real product? Okay. As we all know that we have two parts of the brain, right? Left and the right side. So if you are more creative, your right brain is like more active, isn't it? So you just make use of that. All of us have that, right? You just trigger that. And this is the steps we follow. Empathize. What do you mean by empathy? All of us know sympathy, right? What is the meaning of empathy? Sympathy, all of us know, right? Ma'am, I was not feeling well. I couldn't attend the classes. We just uh, like tell the stories and all, right? Empathy. What's the meaning of that? You can Google and tell me also. Empathy. Empathy. Empathize, at least. Yeah. Empathy. Be in other shoes. Think from others' perspective. Okay, you are just creating something, right? But if the persons who going to buy, he doesn't like that, he doesn't use that, he will never look after that. What will happen to your product, right? Just think of that. That's what you follow this empathy or empathize. Be in other shoes. If you have an idea, think from others' perspective. How much they will like, or what may be their expectation. how do I overcome all this? Or how do I fulfill all those expectations? That is the way you have to think. Okay, you have idea, you just fine tune that. Or sometimes when we see the handicapped persons, especially children and all, we may like feel like okay, they are suffering like anything. So why don't I develop a product for them? From their perspective, uh, what may be their difficulty? How do I get into a smarter product for them? Okay, then you get into the definition of that. Okay, these are the things I am going to develop. Okay, these are the input I am going to give. These are the equipments I am going to use that. Then you just fine tune your idea. Then make it as a prototype. Test it. Feasibility testing and marketing testing and affordability of the cost, everything you test it. This is not a single linear process. This is an iterative one. Just empathize, define. Suppose if you don't get it, you again empathize. If you are getting an idea, you again go ahead with that. This is something like a iteration, cyclic process. Till you get a finalized result, you just keep on doing the steps repeatedly. Empathize, define the core problem, brainstorm with a lot of ideas, consult with your team members or consult with the blind people or whoever for whom you are going to develop the product. Okay, everything you just have the brainstorming version. Then you make a prototype, test it. Then if it is not working or if you are not satisfied, again go ahead with the first step onward. Okay, so there are 4 pillars of our design thinking. So you just show the empathy or empathize how I can control his cry. Okay, and collaborate, work, discuss among your team members, and you just add all the ideas. But the thing is, you get the knowledge from everybody. You try to include all the ideas. Some ideas you can just leave it out. Repeat and iterate the process till you get that much satisfaction of your work. Okay. And normally for design thinking process, they will have this kind of sticky notes. They'll just put all the ideas together and they will just cluster all those ideas together to develop a product. So ideate, empathize, and then define it, ideate, prototype. Look at this. Initially, your process will be something like a clumsy. Then you will be getting a definite solution for that. And another approach to the process is, what is that I am going to do? What if the product is not there? How they will use the plan B and what works? What is the plus point in my product? How it is going to work? You just keep on recycling this, frame that. Okay. So one idea can change your life. I think this is one of the marketing ad, right? An idea can change your life. And I'm just giving you some of the examples of design thinking innovations. Look at this for cutting our things. Look at this for milk products and all. They have got into some innovative ideas. You just peel out. So you can pour the milk, right? Or butter, whatever it is. And look at this, the cup and saucer. Normally people will used to have coffee with biscuits. So they have put a tray below the coffee cup itself, coffee mug itself, and scissors to cut into so many pieces. You could be able to integrate many scissors into a single scissor, right? So these are some of the innovations. Very nice. Normally, some people will use to sleep. Most of the people will use to sleep by putting their hand uh, below our head, right? So why don't I make a pillow like this? And why don't I like waste? I mean, some pieces may be falling down, right? While we eat the pizzas, so they are just having a tray behind it. As I told you, whatever you think, whatever you design, whatever you product, everything will not come into a successful manner, right? Some product will never into the market. Some of the product after coming to the market, it will into the worst failure case. Okay, so that's what, create a model, customize that, brainstorm that, reframe that, test it, then give it as a sample, then you market it in a proper manner. And earlier they were using like for mining purposes and all, they dress were touring like anything. So they invented this jeans cloth, ladies and all, right? And the bottom line is, we know the creativity and the innovation is important for entrepreneurs. external as well as internal barriers. Taking job from the labor is very tedious job, but you should be a boss. You should know how to handle the members, right? And the internal barriers, funding, shortage of orders, and poor product services. These are the things. Look at this. You may be thinking like entrepreneurship is a very good one, something like iceberg, right? But you have to face all the what difficulties underwater. It is something like this. Okay, you should throw away all these things. You should enhance your life by letting only that upper end, right? So all of you may be thinking like, ma'am, we are stuck with all the syllabus. We don't have any time to ideate our work, or we don't have any time to check the products, or we don't have any time to entertain ourselves. Look at this. This is our education system, but we should have our uniqueness to give something to the society, right? And here for a fair selection, everybody has to take the same exam. Please climb the tree. Who will climb the tree first? Who will climb the tree first?
Monkey man.
Ah. Okay, you know very well. These are the small things. Just wanted to tell you. Like there are two sort of objects: potato and egg. Egg is soft before boiling, but potato is hard before boiling. Like so, there are many circumstances. How do you overcome that? You should have the guts to face anything, everything. Because entrepreneurship is thought tough, but the rewards are very pleasant. You just imagine that somebody is following you. That makes sense, right? So the idea you are achieving, the idea you are creating, will be used by many people. Just imagine that scenario. Okay, you are here to make a difference. Okay, that's all about my session. Is that okay? Ma'am, time is there. For 10 minutes, shall we play the game, or do you feel hungry?
Okay, ma'am, we'll play the game.
Okay. Are you all ready, guys? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we play something like connection game, or accept something like that?
Yes, ma'am.
Connection game, shall we play?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then I will remove this because you have to speak out for this. Okay, I'll just go for the connection game. One second, I'll just go for Can you guess the word?
Micro.
Micro? Micro?
Microscope. Microsoft.
Microsoft, yeah, exactly. Actually, yeah, Microsoft is correct. Somebody told micro oven, right? Oven or microscope. Okay, you are thinking of your department. Good. Okay, no issue. Microsoft is the correct answer. Good. Hmm? What, ma?
Commodity.
Yeah, commodity. Yeah, exactly. Good. What?
Five.
What, ma? Actually, this in Tamil we call it as a ak. Like this is uh, ak. It is a Tamil. This is what they are doing actually. What they are doing with the cash. Huh?
Counting, ma'am. It's
Yeah,
counting.
counting. Yeah,
Okay. Done.
then this one, the last one.
Sea. Ocean, river.
Ocean, another name. Similar. Name.
Sea.
Sea. Yeah.
Down. Sea.
Ak, this I told because you don't know Tamil, so I told Ak. Tamil word. Shall I reveal the answer?
Accountancy.
Yes, exactly. This one? What will be this? What will be this? Shall we give you a clue?
Ma'am, hint.
In?
Hint, ma'am.
What, ma'am?
Can you give us any hint, ma'am?
In. What he's doing in? Hmm?
The first one is like tucking.
That's what in.
Industry.
Industry. Exactly. Super, ma. I'll give you chocolate if I come there. Good. Industry. Exactly. Okay. This one?
Timer. Timer.
Timer? Anything else? Think differently. Shall I give the answer? Yeah, this is a clue. It's a clue. Any guesses, ma? Year end.
It's timer.
An accounting period for the company. Financial year. This one? Normally during festival seasons we get where when you go to any shop they will give
Discount.
discount. I'll give you a clue.
Budget.
Yes. Okay, this one for entrepreneurship for starting any business you will be in need of
Friendship.
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 Relationship.
Look at the first picture.
Partnership.
Yeah, partnership. Exactly. Okay, but this one. That's what when you have a product. Next thing is what?
Marketing.
Marketing. And maybe it's more difficult, I think. For the accounts people, they may be knowing that they are breaking it. Even numbers are there. Point. No profit and no loss. I told you now. They should have the challenge of facing this scenario. No profit and no loss. Break even point. We call it as a break even point. Okay, this is common.
Invoice.
Invoice. Shall we stop, ma'am? Or we'll go?
It's
Is it the
interesting,
time
ma'am.
over? No? Inama?
Ma'am, continue.
Continue. You don't feel hungry?
No, ma'am, it's kind of interesting.
Oh, thank you, pa. Okay, I'll go ahead. Actually, this is an actor for Tamilian. Actually, Arya. His name is Arya.
Aryapatta.
Yeah, Aryabhatta. Is that okay?
7 Up.
Mm. Yes, summer season is coming, right? Yeah.
Net banking,
Yes.
network,
Net banking or way to
network,
communicate. Network, yeah, network is correct. This is somewhat interesting.
balance sheet,
Yes, super. That's all. So, if needed, you can send me the feedback. Okay. And I would like to thank all of you for your patience listening and for such an interactive thing. Thank you all. You can just make a note of my contact. You can mail me. If you want, I will give my mobile number also. You can get from Matt. You can contact me. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving such interesting and innovating ideas for us and making us understand the topic well. And we thank Janvi, ma'am, for providing us with the opportunity. And we thank all the students for also participating actively and making this successful. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all. Thank you all. See you. Can I leave?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.